Boys and girls, welcome to Club Evil. I'm Evil Dick.
Evil Dick! Evil.
You're a devil in disguise is what you are. You're burning me on purpose.
That's what I'm saying. Why do they think that God gives a crap about what goes on in that house? And why do they think that he's going to part the Red Sea for them to the Promised Land? Didn't you watch last season? What they did show last season was me in the diary room praying to my God, Fred.
Like some young, tiny, small spaces. Evil Dick. These little gooey telltale.
Hey, you're taking the cameras off of me.
Evil Dick.
And welcome back to another Dick at Night RTV Zone recap. I got a few things going on. We got a semi, and I hate even saying semi, because somebody gives me penis jokes left and right, and you can't do that with Parker in the room, because Parker has no penis. So
he's so funny.
So we kind of have a season 9 reunion. The little baby picture we have up here is Sharon.
I'm working on it.
We're trying to get it fixed. It wasn't happening, so you're going to see, not going to be able to see Sharon tonight, but you'll be able to hear her. She's most known. Parker, shut the fuck up. We're doing shit up here.
I can't see Parker.
Sharon is most known for being really irritating with the guinea pigs going, babies.
Well, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. I'm sorry that they were the coolest part about the show.
And the guinea pigs were also the things that screwed Sharon in the house with the bogus, bullshit, fake question saying, is there another pre-existing relationship in the house? Sharon said, no, there's not. And the idiot Ryan said, yes, there is, which screwed Sharon out of the HOH and possibly the $500,000. And I think Sharon was on the block more times than anyone, but Frank is about to break your record. Or he already has.
No, it's not in a row. Nope, I was 6 in a row. Frank will never beat it because he was not 6 in a row.
Well, that's because you sucked at HOHs and you couldn't win an HOH, so that's the difference. How many times has Frank been on the block?
Didn't need
Every time he has one HOH?
Yeah, how many times is that?
I thought it was 7.
He's been on a lot. Let me introduce the rest of the panel. We have Sheila Kennedy, who's
she had enough of that.
Sheila Kennedy, who we're still waiting for the tell-all book on Nobody's Pet. Isn't that the name of the book?
It's coming. Yeah, it's coming. I've got an amazing writer who writes Playboy. Am I allowed to say this word on the internet? He writes an article for Playboy called...
No, I was on here. No, yeah, I'm like back and forth.
My writer writes for Playboy, and he writes an article called Blowing My Wad. Just so you know. Yeah, he's amazing. No,
okay.
Not my wad, his wad.
Oh, blowing my wad. I thought you said my blonde.
No, wad.
That's what I'm doing.
Parker, are you even here, motherfucker?
Yeah, I'm here, but I got people's over here too. Like everybody's like chilling. I just came back from the beach like maybe 10, 15 minutes ago. So
aren't you dark enough? And you're looking kind of. You've been gaining weight. You're definitely not looking.
No, bitch.
You're right next to Mr. Spectacular on my screen.
Don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
I say
you don't see what's all down to there. It's coming out this way.
Look at Jesse right next door. Jesse's putting you to shame,
I can't
dude.
see Jesse. It's all good. I still got a bigger dick than Jesse, so it's all good.
So we had Jesse on the episode tonight.
You can have all the muscles you want. I still got a bigger dick.
Jesse, how many seasons of Big Brother is this you've made appearances on? 5 in a row?
Just shy of how many times Sharon's been put up in a row.
Can I get that next?
So, Jesse has made 5 appearances. He was on 2 seasons in a row and then done 3 seasons with these horrible Pandora's boxes. I hope they're paying you more than $500.
Oh, yeah.
Just checking. Because I know they try to pass that shit up on me when they call me up for an appearance. They go, oh, well, we pay $500. I go, well, then you better go call somebody else that doesn't give a fuck.
Hey, Jesse, I'm eating healthy shit right now.
What are you
Jesse?
eating?
Trail mix.
I'm starving right now. So,
I've been eating while I'm watching the show.
Open up.
nice.
Sheila's talking about blowing your wad, and she's holding nuts right now.
I was just going to say, she's going to say blow your nuts.
No, I said my writer is, he writes for Playboy, and he works for Playboy, and there's an article called The Smoking Jacket, and he writes an article called Blowing My Wad. He's an amazing writer, and it's going to take about 3 more months for the book to get written.
I've been hearing about this book from before season 9.
Well, you know what, Dick? It takes a long time to write a fucking book, okay? I am 50, so you've got to get it all in there.
So
You got to get menopause in there.
You saying there's a lot of stuff, or you're saying that the Alzheimer's is kicking in?
No, that's
It's a
not
menopause.
what I'm saying. But Dick, we should. Oh, shut up! Who just said menopause?
That was Parker.
Who just said Parker? Fuck you. Okay. No. Hey, Dick, I can't believe how Scott Baio got so bent out of shape over the last show you did.
What?
Did you see that? Did you see what Scott Baio wrote?
No, Scott Baio saw the thing that I did about it on him?
Yes.
Shut up, really?
He was
You have to...
Yes, he was so fucking pissed off. He blocked me now. Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Fetus, do you have that? Do you have that clip?
Don't do it! Don't do it! Dick, he won't even talk to me anymore.
Over
Damn
that?
you.
Really?
I swear to God. I can't believe you didn't see that. He said, if you're going to talk about somebody, he said, if you're going to talk about somebody, get their fucking name straight. I guess you spelled Baio wrong.
Oh, I could care less. Hey, he was
Now
mad about
you
that.
blocked my ass.
What the
Thanks.
fuck do I care? The only time I met this guy was at the Reality Awards when he was a boring as fuck talking about Scott Baio single and 50 or whatever the hell it was. And then,
No, it's 45.
yeah, go ahead. So Jesse and Parker know what we're talking about here.
Oh my God, he won't even talk to me anymore because of you. Thanks.
Hey, yo, Big She. Big here gave me a chance to say hello, and I just wanted to say it. That audio is terrible, dude.
That's it.
Oh, the wrong file. It looks like Scott Baio to me. Scott Baio at 900. He looks terrible. This is Chachi. In case you guys forgot. Big She. Dick here gave me a chance to say hello, and I just wanted to say I really, really miss you. All those crazy times we had with the machete getting through that gigantic bush of yours back in the 80s. And I do have to say that I was kind of upset the way you busted in on my reality show, Scott Baio, 96 and single. But all's forgiven, and if you want to come back and go out for a little hanky-panky, just let me know. Hey, yeah, wasn't that my ripoff of the Fonz back in Happy Days? And remember, I was the one that dated Pamela Anderson before Tommy Lee fucked up her vagina with his gigantic cock. Anyhow, you got my number. Give me a call. Hey.
Oh my God. All right, he doesn't speak to me anymore. Thanks.
And over that, Scott Baio won't talk to you anymore. If you guys didn't know, Parker and Jesse look kind of lost. Sheila used to fuck Scott Baio back in the day.
So I've heard.
All makes sense now.
Shut up.
Now it makes sense.
What the-
Jesse's like, oh, I get it. So,
Whatever.
let's get
I now
rolling.
care.
Let's talk about this episode. It was kind of boring. It was kind of long. The only thing that brightened the whole episode for me was Jesse coming out of Pandora's box. But we'll get to that in just a minute. Because I know that there were some things said between you and Dan. There had to be that wasn't shown on the show. So hold on just a second. We'll get to it. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this endurance competition, and let's talk about how bad Joe sucks. Oh my God! Here, hold on. Where is she? I see a black box with Natalie above it. Natalie, are you there?
Woohoo! I'm here!
There she is.
Okay, no, wait a minute. I can't hear.
Boom.
Here she go.
Oh my God.
Here she go.
Do I need headphones?
Oh my God.
Yes.
Can I just blow everybody's ears out?
No,
Yes,
it's okay.
Natalie, you need headphones.
Can you hear us now?
Okay, wait a minute. I can't hear you. Okay, hi guys.
Can you hear us now?
You're coming in and out.
We got to wiggle.
Okay,
your
now I
cord.
can hear you. What's going on?
Okay, well, we're doing a little season 9 reunion with Jesse, since Jesse was in Pandora's box on tonight's episode. We had Sharon here. I don't know what happened to Sharon. She might be back. We'll see. She had a picture of her baby up. She has a cute little baby, and I'm not a baby fan at all. Trust me on that. But you know what's great? You know what's great about this season 9 reunion is we have the two. I can't call them widows, but the two ex-lovers, ex-girlfriends, to death do us part of the two guys that are in jail right now, Natty and Maddie, and Sheila and Adam. Both the partners are in jail. So, why are you shaking your head, Sheila?
Oh God, Dick. Really? You're gonna go there, huh?
You're damn right I'm going to go there. It's hilarious.
That was Natalie's soulmate, but that was definitely not my fucking soulmate. Okay?
I'm going to remind people.
I would have never dated somebody like Adam. Never would I date somebody like
I'm
Adam.
going to remind everyone that you went into the diary room and were just about in tears, saying, "How did I get stuck with him? I would never go out with him." And I was sitting there watching the show going, they're not making you fuck the guy. They're just making you play with him. And not in a sexual way either. Look, Sheila's so bad.
You forgot. I had to fucking sleep with him. I had to sleep with that disgusting human being for over 2 weeks.
The
Once
Hooded
in
Warrior?
a sleeping bag.
The Hooded Warrior? Isn't that what he called his penis, the Hooded Warrior?
Yes, he was jerking off the whole time. That he was in bed with me.
Oh, wait, he jacked off in the bed with you? He jacked off with
you.
He did it under the fucking sheet.
Did he get any on you?
Oh, no. Oh, God. I mean, he's thinking about me now.
Okay,
Oh my God,
let's get into the episode. Let's get into the episode here.
Oh, shit.
We'll start off with the competition. Okay, I think that literally,
How embarrassing
have you ever seen anyone do worse in an endurance competition than Joe? Even Adam.
They didn't even make it through the credits.
Bacon Boy from
Like,
last
seriously.
season.
Yeah,
Yes.
what's wrong with them?
Yeah, like Homeboy didn't even make it through the credits. Like, they was still rolling. You can see names and shit. And he fell off.
He was literally out. It said two minutes. It said 2 minutes, and he was out.
I don't understand that.
Tell him to get on a diet.
He's saving all his strength for the later weeks to come.
I doubt it.
I doubt. Yeah, he's just. Some people just are not competitive players. Face it.
Yeah,
Oh, he's
he's
gonna blow
got that
everybody
skinny
away.
fat thing going on. You think
Dude,
so?
I called Dan that and it didn't air.
Dan, take off your shirt. He took off his sweater, took off his shirt. I'm like, dude, you're skinny and you're fat. You're skinny fat, bro. You're skinny fat.
You were talking about Dan?
Yeah, it was right after I gave him that hug, and I was like, I'm doing with one arm what you had to do with two, and I counted to 11, and I'm like, I'm still better than you.
So we have Joe, that last 2 minutes. We have who was the next one up? Jen. How long did Jen last? Anybody? How long did Jen last? Sheila.
I have no idea. I haven't been watching it that
Not
closely.
long enough for people to care. Moving on.
Yeah, I
Okay,
missed that.
moving on. So then we have the skinny fat guy. Is that what you called him, Jesse?
I thought Danielle fell before Dan.
Oh, Danielle probably did fall before Dan. Very good catch. Now Danielle is just
Not that it matters.
She's so pathetic in so many ways. It's just endless amounts of ways that Danielle is pathetic in this game. She's a horrible player. She doesn't really know what's going on around her. If it wasn't for Dan, I think that she would be going.
Yeah. Yeah. I have to come back to that.
Natalie, I'm gonna throw this at you.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys, I'm having a hard time hearing some of you. I can't see anybody on the video, and I'm only hearing little pieces here and there, so it's kind of hard to jump into the convo. But I'm playing around with my volume and stuff to figure this out. Jiminy
Hear us,
Christmas!
Natalie.
I can hear
can
you,
hear you
Dick.
fine.
I can hear you. Oh, okay, good. Wonderful.
Okay, so-
I just can't see you.
That's okay, as long as you can hear us. Everybody can see you fine. So, Frank is saying that getting Brittany out, he had a very successful HOH. Are you going to agree with this, or are you
Yes.
subscribing to my thought that Brittany sucked? And it
Oh, well,
wasn't
I
really a
thought
big
Brittany
deal getting her
sucked.
out.
Both.
I thought Brittany sucked last season she was in, and I thought she sucked this season. I don't think the girl is a competitive player. I think she's not even a social player. I think she just likes to, put out a lot of negative energy and whine and bitch and complain and crying out loud, man, drives me nuts. Like, I just don't think she's a good player. But that's my personal opinion. So I think anybody could have gotten Brittany out. It just depends on who
And,
wanted to get her out.
No, I
I
completely
didn't
agree.
think I'd ever say this, Dick. I didn't think I'd ever say this, but I have to say this. I have to agree with Natalie because
Thanks,
I
Sheila.
like Brittany. You're welcome, and I totally agree with you. And I think
Small
what she
moral
did to
victory.
Willie. No, but listen, I think what she did to Willie was disgusting. I mean, I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah.
They can edit.
Yep, I totally agree.
This guy was on her freaking team. She was his coach. Then she went around the whole freaking house and got everybody pissed off at Willie, and then he's gone. What kind of coach is that? I thought she sucked.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, a coach is supposed to remind people why they're in the game, put their head in the game, not separate your teams. That's not what a team is about. What the hell's wrong with you? You don't separate him. Remind him why he's in the house. Yeah.
She's a terrible coach. She's a terrible player. I don't think it would have been a problem to get her out. I don't see this as a big fucking deal. With Frank getting her out of the house. You have to go and get the people that are really a threat to you winning games out of the house. And the people that I would think would be a threat to Frank winning the game would be Dan, would be Dan won the game before. How can they not be looking at this guy as a threat? So Dan would be a threat. Shane would be a threat.
But why would you? Do you really think Dan's a threat? Like, I think I would almost go the other way and be like, I would take Dan all the way and tell people not to vote for Dan. and have me.
I disagree. I think that
No, I wouldn't either. Yeah.
If you win more stuff and send more people home, you're telling me, like, if you single-handedly help Dan out, granted,
One of the
I don't know, that's just...
excuse me, for the.
Well, you have to
I think that's
remember
what
who's
Frank's
in the
thinking.
jury house. Yeah, but you have to remember who's in the jury house. Who do they hate more? They hate Frank.
Mhm.
It would be smart
Right.
for Frank to
No,
just,
they hate
know,
Frank
it's
because
what it
he's
really
so
boils
good,
down to.
though. They don't
Yeah.
hate him for any personal reasons. They hate him because he's winning and they can't get him out. So if he goes the entire game since week 1 and you didn't get him out and he's in the finals, you'd be like, dude, we tried. Every single person tried getting you out. Not one of us could. Congratulations, dude. I don't care if Dan's sitting right next to you. You won the show.
No, absolutely.
Yeah,
I completely agree.
I agree. I agree.
I want to see
completely-
Frank in the final too. I'm just telling you that if Dan goes to the end, it would be pathetic that someone would give him $500,000. I just don't think
I
it
would
would.
laugh
he won't ever get
hysterically.
Hold on,
No.
Sheila, hold on. Between Frank and if the final two was Dan and Frank, I think that Frank should win. Frank was the target from
I
day
do
one.
too, yeah, Frank.
He was on
No,
the
I do too. Yeah.
I do too,
Yeah.
Frank.
said,
I mean,
hold
Frank,
on,
I do too, dude.
hold
They
on.
had to pass the first 4 weeks or whatever it was. Like, come on, get out of here.
Yes, I
I thought
completely
Frank was going to win since day one, man.
Yeah.
Frank
And
has said
everything
that
is
he
him,
is.
and I think he's incredible.
Hold
He's
on.
a great
I think
player.
Frank has said, he said it on the episode tonight, he has only seen his key come out of that box one time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he was either, he's either HOH or he's on the block every fucking week.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I agree.
And
No, I agree.
Sharon can agree to that. Sharon was on the block every week too. So I mean,
Well, and that's
that
strategic.
happens
And Dick can give me all this shit he wants, but that was strategic because I knew that I wouldn't have any blood on my hands. I was always on the block. Nobody could sit there and say, "Oh, Sharon voted for me to leave. Sharon did this." Sharon didn't do nothing. Sharon sat there, sweating the block
Sharon?
every week. Yeah.
But people don't respect that. You're still in the game.
I know, but I got
Sharon,
Final Four and I
yeah.
almost got to the very end, so it worked for me. Because I got, I mean,
The
everybody was
difference
after me in the
between
very
Sharon
beginning.
and Sharon and Frank, though, is Frank's always the target.
Yeah.
You know, Sharon, you were
Yeah,
never the
that's
target.
true.
Frank was always the
So it
target.
sounds like you were just the Jordan
Right.
of.
Well, and I just laid, I laid low because
That's like
I knew.
Joe saying that he's so tough. You know what I mean? Like that's like I'm gonna come back.
I don't want to take anything away from Sharon.
Don't
Sharon
put
is
me up.
Sharon's one of the most underrated players in the game, and she's never gotten credit for it. And I do give her credit because it does take a lot to be able to sit on the block and not lose your shit.
Oh, yeah.
And how many
For
people
sure.
look at season 9? Look at Chelsea, smashing the Easter
Yeah.
eggs, losing her
Yep,
shit,
exactly.
going fucking nuts,
Yeah.
having this meltdown.
I give you
We
credit
saw
for
it
that
in-
too, Sharon, yeah.
Well,
we saw
and
it
my
in
thing too,
All-Stars. We saw it in
and
All-Stars
if we
with Jace.
remember,
We've seen it season after season with different people losing their shit when they're on the block and being
Yeah.
able to keep your composure while you're on the block. It does say a lot about your gameplay
Yeah.
as well. So I'm not
Well,
taking
and here's
anything
my-
away from Sharon.
and here's my thing with that though too. Nobody else got evicted a couple days into it and then had to go leave, sit there in a hotel and think about how to come back and do something totally different. I knew that if I was going to be evicted off the jump, I needed to start lay low, not doing a whole lot of shit, and just acting like an idiot. And that's how, I mean, I didn't get Final Four any other way. I mean, I had to sit there.
Yeah, I
And-
thought that was good strategy, Sharon.
Because I already got evicted. People were already after me from day one. Since him and I knew each
There
other,
was-
they were out for me.
Season
So I
9
had
was, season 9 was such a weird season. There were so many people evicted that came back, evicted and came
It was
back.
weird,
evicted and came
yeah.
back. It was because the producers didn't know what the fuck they were doing because they didn't know how long the season was going to last
Right.
because of the writer's strike and everything else, and they just threw it together at the
Exactly.
last minute and all this shit. So now
I mean, I had a
made
week
note
by
here-
week stink.
I made a note here about Jen and how bad Jen. She's terrible at these competitions. She's a terrible social player. She's a terrible player, period. And I wrote down Jen sucks. Jen sucks dick in these comps, in this house, in this game, and she doesn't even suck dick for real in life. I mean, how is this like the ultimate oxymoron here or what?
Oh my
I think
gosh.
Dick just likes saying suck dick, man. I think he just
he
likes
does
saying
too,
suck
Dad.
dick. Yeah.
I think it's just kind of ironic that the lesbian sucks the most dick in the house. That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Hey, Sharon, just so you know, Sharon, just so you know, Dick really thought you should have won our season. He's not going to tell you that.
I did too. You know what? I might not have won a bunch of shit.
No, she absolutely should have been. Well, that she was in Final Four. She would have won that HOH, which would have made her Final 3, and possibly she could have went to the end.
Yeah, the guinea pig.
Yeah.
That's
that stupid guinea pig question?
Was the biggest bullshit. It was the worst thing I've ever seen on the show.
Yeah.
The only thing that even comes close is some of the bullshit that's gone on this season, to be honest with you. So.
Well, and week by week, I had to think of a new strategy to do something different. I couldn't just sit there and just wait, because there was times people were going back and forth and trying to get me out because I was, as Natalie called me, the mole. So I had to work, every week. I had to work every week to figure out how to keep me, and playing stupid and not winning shit kept me from getting evicted. So I had to do what was best for me. I mean, every week I had to sit here and figure out what I'm going to do.
Too. That's why I played dumb, too. I just let Maddie make all the decisions, because if anybody got mad, they got mad at him, not me.
Exactly.
But nobody thought that. Everybody thought I was so in love with him, which worked perfectly for me. Made me look desperate, weak, gullible, naive, perfect. That's exactly what I wanted.
It could have been, Natalie, it could have been the fact that you were sucking his dick on night 2.
Well, that too. Hey, you know what? I had been deprived for like 9 months, and I wanted to suck a dick. It was wonderful. All right? When you get deprived, trust me. Okay? We're going to like it.
Oh, my God.
We're going to get back to this season. Let's get back to this season.
You're crazy, girl. You are crazy.
Hi, Sharon.
Hold on.
Hey, girl. What's up, Nelly?
Let's reel it in. Let's get back to this season. Jesse, I want to bring in the conversation here. If you're outside and you have 2 people left in the competition and they tell you, can you go inside so I can make a deal, and you're afraid your ass is on the line, are you going to go inside?
You told me
that question.
I was talking to my boys. That was to me. What'd you say?
It's to you, motherfucker. Okay, the thing was, it's like there's 2 people left on the endurance competition, right? And Shane goes, can you guys all go inside so we can talk? Now, if you're Frank, or if you're somebody that thinks that you might be going home, are you going to say, fuck you, I'm staying right here?
Oh, yeah, for sure, dude. I just sit there and be like, nah. Yeah, I'd be like,
I don't think
there's
so.
no rule.
I'm
There's no
right
rule
here.
where I have to go inside for you guys. Sorry. Let's hear what your little plan is. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get that. Why everybody?
I never last that long in endurance competitions anyway, so I don't have that problem. I don't ever get to wheel and deal. I'm the one that's sweating bullets and about ready to snap my shoulder out of place while everybody else is doing tap dance routines.
Oh, that's because a lot of those are not made for they're not made for the guys with body mass.
No, dude, it doesn't matter. Like that's so funny. Like there's no like, hey, go pick up this big rock and put it over here 18 times, and whoever does it the fastest gets to win HOH.
Right?
No, there's nothing.
Yeah, no way.
So whatever.
Pick things up and put things down.
They can't see me. My stupid webcam's up.
I've gone to a planet. I don't get kicked out.
Does someone have a baby? I keep hearing a baby.
I do. No,
Sharon has her baby.
Whatever.
Oh, you
Jesse
do,
don't got no
Sharon?
baby. Yeah,
Jesse
that's
has
No,
me.
I know. It's my this.
Oh,
This is my
congratulations!
Get out of here. Yeah, she's having a fit. So, and my webcam's not working.
Oh,
so sorry you can't see her.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I kept hearing a baby. I was like, who has a baby? Someone's got one.
Yeah,
well,
that's
congratulations.
me. Sorry. Thank you.
All right. So we'll talk to the one. This question goes to Natalie because Natalie had the closest thing to a showman's. Why is CBS trying to shove this Shane and Danielle showmance, grossmance, stockmance, whatever you want to call it, down our throats so fucking bad this season?
Because you guys all talk about it so much, and it gets everybody's fire going, you know? Everybody's like, fuck them! She's a stalker! She's this! He's, you know, it's kind of, you know, people would even compare it to me and Maddie. It gets your freaking passion going. It gets your fuel in the fire going. It pisses people off. And I think Big Brother really likes to piss the fans off. Personally, I think they like to agitate us and get us all worked up. You know,
no,
are you accusing me of having a 5-year contract with them right now? What do you?
I like you, Jesse. I've always liked you. I think you're funny as hell. So I don't know about that, but yeah, I always liked you. I think you're funny,
but Jesse pisses people off. Jesse pisses people off because people don't like you, Jesse. Rachel pisses people off because people don't like Rachel, but they'll keep bringing them back because it's what makes people talk. And that's all they care about is people talking about the show. And everyone will be talking tomorrow that Mr. Pectacular came out of motherfucking Pandora's box once again.
Yeah.
Carrying 2 bags at the same damn time.
Oh, my God.
I had one of those bags so full, it took 3 of those little producer or the little helpers to, like, actually pull it back. And I carried it out with one arm. It's funny.
Little elf.
Yeah, and you know, when I heard when you left, they were really pissed off at you for taking all the beer.
Dude, I took everything. Like, they couldn't believe it. I was talking. All the producers were like, those guys were just like, they have nothing left. I took everything. And I was talking crap and, like, trying to hold my own, listening to the earpiece in my ear and stuff.
Yeah,
and, like,
isn't that
trying
great?
to make sure everything was going down.
So let's get into that. We'll go back and catch up on a couple things. But when you went in there, you had to have said something to Dan. I know you don't like Dan. Dan even said on the show that you hate him, he hates you. You were his arch nemesis in season 10.
That's not what he said. What he said was Jesse hates me, and I love to poke fun at him. So he's saying, I don't care. I'm fine with Jesse. Jesse has a problem with me. It's all Jesse, not me. That's how he spun it. I'm like, oh, is that what it is? Because you want to have $1 million. I got you. I feel you, dude. No, you're straight. Why do I care? That was 5 years ago, bro. Let's get over it. You know? Let's get over it. When I saw him,
was anything said between the two of you that didn't make the show?
Yeah, I said Mr. Spectacular has just as much face time as the right side of Dan's face in a DR session. What? You guys don't know what I'm talking about? You don't know what I'm talking about? And then he just stood there and he was like, what? I'm like, dude, don't act like you don't know what I'm talking about. Shut up, you jabroni. Jeez, like, I mean, and then I took a pack of cookie dough and I slapped it onto Frank's abs. I'm like, is this really what you want? Like, envision this. Anytime you eat a bread slice, imagine it taped to your side. I'm doing you a favor. He tried to, like, give me a high five like 5 different times, and I just faved him. Like, one of the times I was like walking out of the door, and I was like, see you later, and he tried to, like, give me a low five, and I just went like this. It was
so wait, are you talking about Dan or are you talking about Frank?
No, Frank, dude. Frank was all about it, man. He was just trying to get in there. What they were trying to do is, like, interject and, like, throw me off half the time while I'm trying to get things across and, like, make the points that need be and then literally clean them out of everything. Like, the only thing I didn't go through now that I thought about it is, you know that drawer that's on the bottom right next to the refrigerator? You know, like that little, not pantry, but that little spot down there that has that was like the only thing I didn't go through, but I filled up every single one of those bags, like, to the brim. Is nuts, dude. But I thought it was hilarious. I don't know. They had all this cheese from, like, one of the past things. I took all of their, all of Frank's HOH, like, luxury food gifts, and that's what he was pissed off about.
I would have been pissed off about the alcohol, because we didn't get much in our single.
Yeah.
Right?
Or we gave it all to Chelsea.
They were like trying to hide it behind a bunch of food, and I found it, and I was just like, oh yeah. Like I dumped out all their chocolate milk and all this other stuff, and like I found their beer, and I just started bombing it in there, and that's they definitely got
yeah.
I would have thrown that beer everywhere. Are you kidding me? That would have been.
They could have ate it. It's not like they could have stopped me. Like they could have grabbed whatever they wanted, but of course Dan was the only one being trying to stop me from doing stuff. Like as soon as he went into the storage room, he acted like a pansy and ran around me and grabbed all that shit. But
I would have done that too. I would have taken that alcohol right out of your damn
You could have done whatever you wanted. But I guess Danielle was saying that the whole time I was like hitting on her and stuff, but I didn't even say anything to her, like at all.
Danielle,
she tried to put her hand.
She's really delusional, this chick.
Yeah.
Hey,
I mean, her and I would have got along great, trust me, because she would have been into me, I would have been into me, everybody would have been happy, dude.
Oh my
Let's be real. Let's be real. Come on, she likes some Jesse. It's all good, Daddy. It's all good.
You know, wait a minute. Hold on. I don't care what anybody says. That is the most true statement that has been spoken on this show so far tonight. Right there.
Oh my God.
Gotta give it up. Because she probably would have been up in the HOH, under the covers, jacking you off just like Natalie and Lydia.
Hey, listen, I don't know about that stuff. Like I said, it was platonic. But
listen, it's freaking boring as hell in that house, man. Give me some action. It's boring as hell in there.
Let's pitch a tent. Make out and stuff.
Exactly. Right?
I want to ask you something. Jesse, do the house guests know that Frank's dad is a wrestler, a pro wrestler?
I think only Boogie might have known.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they brought that out on the show. No?
Oh, I was just curious because I know you're wrestling now, so I was wondering if do you know his dad?
His dad was a stud, man. No, I don't know him.
My dad is freaking
my roommate
awesome.
actually almost wrestled him just recently, but
He's
when he was 11 years old. When my roommate was 11 years old, Frank's dad made him cry, and then he almost got to wrestle him 20 years later, or 10 years later.
How weird.
If you go onto YouTube and you search Sid Vicious, besides the real Sid Vicious that comes up with the Sex Pistols, the first wrestling thing is his shin bone snap when he jumps off the top of the rope. Oh, it was Jesse. You've seen it, I'm assuming,
brutal.
right?
Oh, so
it was
nasty.
like Joe Theismann with Lawrence Taylor.
Right there. Actually.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, let's show it right there.
Can you guys see that picture?
Oh my gosh.
I don't
Keep in mind, Frank's dad is like the Brock Lesnar of our time right now. Like Frank's dad was this crazy, scary-looking dude that like nobody wanted to mess with, and then he jumps off the top rope and snaps his own leg.
Is he still wrestling, Jesse?
I don't know. He just wrestled maybe 3 months ago, I believe, for the WWE.
Oh, because I thought that took him out of the industry. I thought that took him out of the business.
Well, I'm sure it did for a while. And then he's good enough though that, again, he's a stud. So.
I got to root for Frank. He's a homeboy. He's from Memphis, Tennessee. I'm pretty sure that's where his dad's from too.
Yeah.
So,
but other than that, I mean.
I got a quick question for Sharon. Since Sharon was tight with the most horrible gay guy to ever walk into the Big Brother house, Joshua.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Okay, so
bring it, Dick. Bring it.
What's gay?
More horrible than Reagan?
Well, that's a good. Well, I think Joshua
more horrible than Kevin. I don't know. Kevin was one of those ones. I don't know.
Kevin was just not even really there. He just happened to end up there at the end.
What are you talking about? Kevin had the most phenomenal game ever. People didn't help him carry him.
Okay, time out and listen to Fetus just for 1 second. Okay, good. Perfect. All right, so the question to Sharon is, and we got it back again.
Yeah, it's echoing.
Who is that? Okay, so the question to Sharon is, what is gayer, the Quack Pack or Will's wig? Will from this season,
Will's
the gay
wig.
guys. Will's wig is gayer than the Quack Pack.
Wait,
Yeah.
that was a wig?
Oh, that's the worst extensions ever, dude. Yes.
Oh, just
Those were
extensions
really
and
a wig?
stuff?
I didn't know that.
I didn't think it was a wig. Wow, I didn't know that.
Yes, it's horrible.
Really?
He's always picking
Well,
at
his
it
hair
like
looks better than
it
mine, so. Jeez.
The Quack Pack,
You
man,
got
that just
some-
reminds
you got
me of
some
the
great
Ducks.
I
The
know.
Mighty Ducks, that movie.
Yeah, no, the Quack Pack reminds me of the Oregon Ducks. I'm like, what are they,
Oh.
like, Duck fans? Quack Pack, yeah. I
That
don't
makes
know.
me
Maybe
think
they
of
just
Mighty
said,
Ducks.
hey,
like
let's come up with the most ridiculous name, so when we start getting people out, they fell to the Quack Pack.
How do you like that they even had their little quack, 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 quack.
Oh,
little-
God.
That's what I
What
said.
the
The
fuck
Mighty
was that?
Ducks, the movie of the
Yeah.
Mighty Ducks, they do that. That's what I thought you were talking about, Natalie, is when they're like quack,
Oh.
quack, quack at the end of that
Yeah.
movie. That's why I was like, what are you talking about? Yeah. I mean, even Brittany was embarrassed to be called that name, so that was obviously
Right.
pretty bad. If the own members are embarrassed to even mention that they're part of a quack pack.
Yeah.
No, it was so
I mean, that's pretty
ridiculous.
bad.
So what
Obviously,
is,
Ian made that up.
Yeah,
has
definitely.
anybody ever turned down a Pandora's box?
No,
Yeah,
my
I
dad
think
was just
somebody
saying
did
that.
I don't
that's
think-
what they said.
No,
Really?
my
Who
dad
was
was just
that?
saying nobody has ever.
I'm trying.
I think somebody
I thought
did, 'cause
somebody
they were
in
saying that
season
when I got
11 did.
They did.
I thought season 11 somebody did. I don't know, though.
So what would happen, Jesse, if they brought you all the way out there and then they turned down the Pandora's
Not gonna
box?
happen, man.
They send
Not
you
gonna
home.
happen. Not gonna happen. Yeah, actually, though.
Dude, both times though, like the first two times I'm sitting inside this box and you know how like when you're about to get evicted, obviously Evil Dick might not know about this too much, but like when you really gotta pee and you're just like sitting there like you're just like all like these emotions and shit are like just you're all like bottled up and stuff and you're just like, oh man, like what's gonna happen? And you know it's inevitable, Julie's gonna be like, alright, kick rocks. But like I'm sitting there like just open up this thing, God, just hurry up, like I gotta piss, let's just start getting this thing going. But this time wasn't so bad because I was like I didn't have to like squat down and be all hella nervous about it and stuff.
How many hours a day do you work out, Jesse?
Like
real.
one. I actually didn't work out for like the last 3 days. So.
What? Okay. Just curious.
Why, you want me to take my shirt off or something?
No, my husband models, so he works out
That
2
way,
hours a
like-
day, so I'm just curious.
Even if you did that, we couldn't see you.
Oh,
so
good.
it's-
I know, I can't see anybody.
Listen,
Okay,
the
so-
reason why people hate you, Jesse, is because you are so hot, okay? And that you work out every day of your life and you eat
Yeah.
well. So people are
Good
gonna
for
hate
you,
for
that's
that.
good.
Boom,
Yeah.
boom.
It's true.
You
It's
can't
true.
relate to something that you don't even know about.
Let me
Thank
ask
you,
you
ladies.
something.
Thank you.
What
I
was
just
what
like-
was
Were
your-
you just like flexing or something?
Yes, he was. Jesse,
I
what was your favorite?
figured.
Which one was your favorite Pandora's box, and what was your least favorite?
Oh, this is a good question. Actually, I really enjoyed this one, but I'd say the one that was my most favorite was probably the one with.
The Jesse mural, basically.
Yeah, the one. Yeah, that one with Rachel, where everything in there
Yeah.
was just all me.
Outrageous.
I love that one.
Me
Outrageous.
stuff, like stuff over here. Like Rachel was like playing into it, so she was hella good. Like, but
And you gave her
honestly,
that
with the
shirt
one
to
with-
wear?
Oh, I gave her all them clothes. Yeah.
I think she wanted
Yeah.
to gag herself
Oh,
in
no,
that
you-
shirt. She was so pissed.
What? I want to keep this. You get to keep all that stuff. You told her. You're like, you get to keep. You
No,
told
yeah,
Rachel, you're like,
exactly.
you get to keep all this stuff. Like, you
The
should be
one with
honored.
The one with Brittany, like, it was fun until she started actually working out because they didn't think I was going to be able to get her to work out.
And she was just so against it for the longest time. And then like 40 minutes into it, I'm just like, Brittany, come on. Look at me. Think about it. Like 2 months from now, 2 years from now, you're going to be like, oh, man, I had Jesse in there and I could have asked him some questions. Like, what would you really want to work on? And then she actually was just like, well, and then she starts like, I want my shoulders to look this way and I want this to look this way and da-da-da-da. And I'm just like, all right, well, let's start doing it. And so she starts actually working out and they're just like, all right, we need to wrap this up. Like, it's done. Like, it's because it wasn't funny anymore. She actually did it. That was one of the funniest ones to you. But Rachel played into it. Those guys, I think, were trying to, like, one-up me the whole time, and I just didn't even put them over. I didn't even respond back to them. So, and I think it's so funny because they're just like, oh, yeah, Jesse's on this. There's no way he can get this big, and da-da-da-da, and they want to shit on me for this. And they're like, oh, yeah, when I said this, he had nothing to say. It's like, keep in mind, this is a combination of all these different things that are going on at the same time. I'm trying to be interactive with them, say what I need to say. Take all of their food at the same time, carry it out of there, and listen to their crap, and then say something back and retaliate. It's just like, calm down. We'll get to it later.
Okay, so
then afterwards, when you're sitting in the green room,
what do you want to tell Dan after he's calling you Mr. Steroids in the diary room?
What do I think, or what was?
No, what do you want? Take this time. What do you want to say to him?
Take this time, like this is going to find him somewhere in 3 months when he's out with another $500,000 richer. Listen, you little twerp, just because you can't ever work out, you're a coach. Because those that can't do, teach. Boom. Boom. Go read a book. I got 20-inch arms. I usually say my neck is bigger than your arm, and my arm is bigger than your neck. But in this case, my arm's bigger than your thigh. Because you're a girl. You're a school child. You really are.
Oh, my God.
People must confuse you with a student all the time. Except for your very thinning hair that's spiked up and looks horrendous. But please, look at yourself at least 18 more times before you do anything.
Okay, hold on. You bring up a really good point, and I noticed. Hold on, Sheila. I noticed.
Do you know Dan? Like, do you really know Dan? Dan hides behind a lot of stuff, and I don't think you actually know the stuff he does behind closed doors in his hotel room with people when he says he has a girlfriend.
Yes, I do.
Okay, so.
Yes, I do.
Sheila, she's getting all defensive. I love you, Sheila.
I am going to get defensive. He's a nice guy.
How do you know Dan?
Yes, please tell me how you know Dan.
When Dan got out of the house, he wanted to meet my son's godfather, who was in Karate Kid. That was like his favorite movie since he was a child.
That's a selfish request. How does that make him?
Exactly.
That's like me saying I want to meet my favorite wrestler. That's like me saying, oh wait, you know.
Wait a minute. I went up and I was doing house calls at the time, and I said I'm glad to be one.
Otherwise, he wouldn't have said shit to Sheila if it wasn't for the Karate Kid.
That's not true. That's not true. I went up to him and I said, I saw that you in Memphis were wearing those headbands. Were you guys trying to imitate? Okay, I've got 2 guys over here doing like a nude dance for me. But anyway, besides that, so I said, why were you wearing those headbands? I mean, are you in the Karate Kid? And Dan goes, yeah, it's my favorite movie since I was a kid. And I said, oh, that's funny because Johnny, Johnny, is my son's godfather. And he was like, oh my God. He goes, oh my God. He goes, if I could meet him, I would just be in heaven. And you know what? I met Dan. He took us out to dinner. He's a nice guy. He's a really good guy. And then at Christmas time, he sent me a basket of chocolate and wine and everything. He said, thank you so much for making my childhood dream come true. He is really a good guy. We talked about his coaching. We talked about what he was going to do next after he won. God. Whatever. You guys don't want to hear anything nice about people. You want to hear the shit and the dirt. He's actually a nice
I like Dan
guy.
too. I like Dan too, Sheila. I've emailed him a few times. He's always responded really nice. I mean, some house guests won't even freaking respond. They think you're the shit now. They don't even respond to you. It's like, oh, come on. Oh, just lots of them, man. I tweeted, let's see. I tweeted JoJo. I haven't heard anything back. I've tweeted Kevin. out. See Jeff and Jordan. I even painted them a freaking picture, and I haven't heard anything from them yet. Who else? I mean, I can go off on
a lot of people have seen your
Natalie, paint a picture of me. I'll send you an email.
All right.
Oh my God.
I actually thought about that, Jesse. I've got a perfect painting in mind for you, Jesse. I've got a perfect painting in mind. I think you'll love it. Just tell me your favorite colors.
Perfect.
Natalie, I still have yours.
Like Indian sky. Oh yeah, Sharon, with the nail polish or what?
Yeah, it's in a shadow box of all the Big Brother stuff, the keys, the letters, all of it. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's really cool. You know, I'll send you a picture. Send me your email.
Yeah.
And I'll send you a picture of it. You'll die. It's pretty cool.
Okay, are you on Twitter now? Because I haven't been able to find you or anything. Like, we thought you disappeared.
No, just being a mom. Just being a mommy.
Yeah.
No, I'm on Facebook.
That's good. Okay, I'll find you on Facebook.
Yeah, and then I'll take a picture of it and send it to you. It's pretty cool.
The only way that I got a hold of her was she still has the same phone number she had in season 9.
Well, yeah, duh. I didn't have anybody trying to get a hold of me.
Last year, I called her up, and she's like, I would love to do the show. Right now, I'm in the delivery room. I just gave birth to a baby an hour ago. And I'm like, why are you answering your telephone?
Right?
Did I not tell you, if Dick's calling me, it must be important, so I picked up. What do you do, dude? What do you do?
She was ready to do an over-the-phone interview, though. Like, if you would ask her a few more questions, she would have been cool with it.
Well, yeah, why not? I mean, you just didn't want to do a video cam with me because I didn't look, my tip-top shape, but still.
Right.
Still had done a phone interview. You know it, Jesse. Just like you would have done the same.
I'm going to go ahead and we're going to wrap this up. I'm going to go around the horn, and I'm going to ask everyone for who their favorite to win this season is. And I'm going to start with Jesse. Go, man.
I know it's not going to happen, but Frank, I would love to see him win just because I can respect this game. Just because in season 10 I felt the same way. Obviously, you guys can can relate to the people that you feel as though you play the same game as, but he's like mastering it because the guys, there should be no reason why the guy's even still in there. If they don't see that Frank isn't the same as Dan because of the way he's pulled out all the things that he's done, like he somehow had Janelle go home before him, and it's phenomenal. I mean, kudos to him. I hope he can make it. And if not, like even as far as he's made it now, he should still win America's Choice. Even like the guy's a beast.
Yeah.
So he's a good dude. He's a stand-up dude, I think. And even the fights and quarrels that he's had with Ian, like he could have just squashed Ian anytime he wanted to. And he barely. I mean, granted, he got a little hot about it and raised his voice, but I think his hands were kind of like a deterrent from doing so. Because they were up, and like he kind of slowed down from doing anything like bodily harm to him. It's not like
it does look like Frank's gonna go home this week.
Probably. I followed all the other tweets and stuff because like if I followed your ass on there, you fucking say shit, so that it ruins it. And you tweet fucking everybody all the time, whether it's like people burying you, like, oh, you're the worst shit ever, da da da. I'm just like, God, then why do people even follow? But you still have like 90,000 followers on Twitter, and you didn't have to pay a one of them like Michelle Noonan.
It's very true, very true.
What? She like followed like 20,000 people, got all these followers, did the whole like I'm gonna pay for followers gig, and then like started unfollowing all of them, and I'm just like, get out of here, you weirdo.
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
I thought it was just the Playboy TV or something.
No. Okay, then why doesn't Kara or whatever her name is have that many followers?
Yeah, well that's true. Yeah, you're right, huh? Yeah.
And she was in like a legitimate magazine supposedly. So and she's banging
I have her Playboy. She was. I have her Playboy.
She looked good.
Yep.
She was.
Oh yeah, she looks wonderful.
Can we get the RTV Zone clips to put that up? Wait, what did you just say?
I don't
he
have
has anything. I don't think that he has anything.
What sex?
Is
But
Parker still on the
that was Noonan.
No, Parker left a long time ago. No, Parker
It was
left
on the
forever
Playboy.
ago.
It was on the Playboy channel, and Noonan was eating some girl's ass out, from what I understand. I haven't seen it. I don't know. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. But whatever. And the
I like how
truth
she posts that she's just such a baller and all this stuff, and it's just like, what? Get out of here! Look at what you're looking butthole. Get out of here.
Gross.
Basically eating shit, right?
She just, you know, just loving the chocolate starfish.
Basically.
Jesse brings up a point about Twitter where people do have these programs where it automatically follows all these tens of thousands of people and follows you back, follows them back automatically and all this stuff to get more followers. Where, I have whatever amount of followers I have, and I have also blocked at least 5,000 to 10,000 assholes.
Are you serious?
I'm not kidding you. I have blocked. There's been days where I block 50 people in a day. So, and I block at least 5 to 10 people a day because of the assholes. And I'm not like a Jeff that is like,
That's what I'm saying, dude. That's why I applaud you, dude. That's why I like
Jordan. I go off on people. I just tell them how it is.
I give it up to you,
My
dude.
followers are real followers.
I hear you. No, that's why I'm giving you all the kudos in the world, dude. I see it. Like, I see it on a daily basis. I'm just like, dude, he's just straight owning these fools, and they still follow him. I'm like, what is
They're
going on,
so
dude?
sensitive, too. A lot of them are just so sensitive. It's like, God, you can't even have one opinion and get her panties in a wad. It's like, settle down, people. We're fans, too.
It depends who you're talking about. If you say anything about Jeff and Jordan, usually if I'm bored, I'll talk shit about Jeff and Jordan.
Yeah.
And then people start coming out of the woodwork, and they're like losing it.
Those are the crazy cat Gijo people, right?
Listen, yes. And there is
This
rumors.
is why
and I
you
don't care
pick
what
up when Dick calls
I
you.
don't care what anybody says. There are rumors that Jeff has been out with other women, and I said it on Twitter, and people are losing their shit. These women are losing their shit, and they're trying to tell on me as they include my name with Jeff's name, and they said, he said this about you, and I said, yes, I did. But there are rumors, and I've heard plenty of them. So, it is what it is.
You think?
I think that everyone is, they're all going to be crushed when it comes out.
Dude, he's 33. He's not 73. Like, come on. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Wait, he's only
The same
33?
thing with Dan. So,
He has more grades than I do.
I'm
He was
32.
I thought he was.
He was
36
no, he was like
37.
3 years ago because he was 33 when Jordan was 23. That's all I remember.
Wow.
When we were in the season,
maybe he's
3 years ago. So he's 36 probably, 36, 37.
So you're hoping that Frank finds a way. If Frank is the player to win this game, he will find a way out of being evicted this week.
Mm-hmm.
And if he does that, he should win the game. Hands down.
Yeah.
Hands down.
There's no way he can't
I
win.
totally agree with that.
Let's go to Sharon. Who do you like to win this game this season?
Well, I kind of was rooting for Brittany for a while because I thought she kind of got duped on her season, so I was rooting for her, but I don't know. I mean, I liked Danielle for a little bit, but then she just kind of got, ditzy and dumb, so I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, Ian's kind of weird. I mean, I think that would be kind of funny to see if he wins. At this point, I'm kind of over. I mean, Brittany didn't win, so I was kind of bummed that she didn't take it all the way. But I do not want Dan. He's already won the game. I don't know. I mean, Shane, he could win
player too. Brittany was a terrible player her season.
Mm-hmm.
Brittany was a terrible player this season. I'm glad that
She didn't do
Brittany's gone.
anything.
Yeah.
I think, and if you want somebody funny to win, I think it would be even funnier if someone like Joe or Jen won. Just out of random, doesn't deserve it at all.
Yes.
I'm not going to.
Yeah.
Natalie,
Did anybody else see that? Oh, sorry.
Natalie.
Go ahead.
What? What's that? My turn? Okay, I was rooting for Frank since day one. I just thought he's the beast in the house, that he would just do really good. So I'm rooting for him. I hope he weasels away out of the block. Other than that, I was rooting for Ashley because she's got that positive energy and that playing that dumb. I thought she was going to float all the way to the end, but she got kicked out.
All that Xanax.
All that Xanax. Yeah, exactly. But Frank has been my #1 pick since day one, so I'm rooting for Frank. I think he can do it. He's a beast. He's strong. I think he'll find a way. He can do it.
Ashley gave me my spray tan before I went in the house.
Oh, stop.
I'm just kidding. But no, seriously, did anybody else see that, like, Brittany just yelled at everybody once they... Because wasn't it really Brittany's plan to put up whoever else, and then, like, all of a sudden Ian gets all this shit with, like, Ian was the mastermind behind it, but wasn't it really Brittany? Like, I guess I have to go make sure that whoever puts up whatever, and then she's like, well, thanks for throwing me under the bus, and how could you do this to me? Why would you throw my name out there like that? Like, who are you? I don't even know you anymore. I'm not even going to talk to you. Like, are you serious? I love my family. Like, I can't. Dude, really? Like, you're the one that said it. Get.
Yeah. I really need to blame her for his opinion.
Sheila, who do you like to win?
Well, I agree with Natalie, and I agree with Jesse, and Sharon. I think Frank should win this. I think he should take it all because, like you said, he's been on the block every freaking week.
Mm-hmm.
This guy. And you know what? I'm sorry, but if Dan does not save him on this eviction, I'm going to be really pissed off at Dan.
No, he's not a chance.
He's not going to save him. There's no way in hell.
Dan would lose his own leg if it got him farther. Yeah. He'd be like, well, it's only my leg. With today's modern technology and $500,000, I could probably get it sewn back up.
Here's my leg,
They're saying that, Dan's the mastermind, he did all these things, and I agree with you, Dick. No, it is definitely Frank who has pulled all these moves. And he basically talked to Jen and said, let's take him off the block, or let's get rid of Brittany, or whatever. But the thing is...
Hold on a second. Hold on. If you were Jen, would you want to fucking just rip Dan's nuts off if he doesn't take you off the block? Because you're the one that took that motherfucker off the block just last week.
Wait. So Dan's already won the eight. So Dan already won the power veto. I think
Dan won the veto.
Dan won POV.
Oh my god. So seriously, how did he win this? Who did everybody else just be like, all right, it's a time competition? They're all like, and they're like, oh, I'm out of it. And then all of a sudden, Dan's like, wait, I didn't have a chance. No, you guys, I'm screwed now.
Well, Jen and Joe aren't competitors, so Jen and Joe haven't won anything, so it's not like he had anybody to compete against except for Frank and Shane.
How do you justify to the person that just took you off the block the week before, not taking her off the block this week?
Right.
Doesn't matter.
Is Jen even saying anything to him? Is she asking or not?
He's saying
Is Jen even campaigning, trying to get him to get it?
It's not a good idea because they're going to put Danny on the block, blah, 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 blah. Dan does Dan's doing a lot of dancing right now.
Evasive persuasion.
Well, but if he's smart, they'll put Joe up and they'll get Joe out and they'll keep Frank. I just would like to see him make it to the end. I really do.
Dan is sitting pretty. He can be like, look, guys, I just won this POV. I'm showing you how loyal I am. I'm not going to use it because I respect your decision. Sorry, Frank, see you later. Frank's gone. Okay, I didn't even know that. So thanks for doing that all for me. Thank you. I didn't know until we just about wrapped it up. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
We all just said, let's have Frank win. We're all like, Frank.
I know,
and then right as Evil Dick, as soon as we get done, well, he's pretty much gone, so it doesn't matter.
That's why I said Frank. That's why I said
DUN.
He's just like, hey, watch this. This will be a good, funny one. Yeah, so who do you think's going to win? Go ahead. He's just sitting back, acting all nonchalant, and then he's like, all right, well, this stooge is gone anyway, so I don't know what the hell you guys are talking about.
That's why I didn't
that's great.
He's done.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry. I didn't watch the Stooge report.
That's great. He's DUN, and now we have nobody else left to root for. Wonderful.
It's
Okay, does anybody else see the fact that Ian is the exact same carbon copy of Michelle Noonan? A little bit. Because she's like, if I'm gonna look into this camera and I'm actually gonna talk to any of you right now, I'll look right at you, all right? Any of you. But if I'm Michelle Noonan, I'm gonna do this. So yeah. Anyways, yeah. Well, yesterday when we were talking,
I wish I could see you right now, Jesse. I really do.
It wasn't my fault because
He's looking around.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You just want to grab her by the head and be like, "Hey, we're talking here." You understand that, right?
I'm over here. Yes, I know. All right.
That's why I could never trust her. She was so shifty.
Well, I don't think
Not that
she
it matters,
knew
but
which way she was going in the whole thing, anyhow.
Question: if Ian and Dan make it to the end, who would you vote for?
Dan.
Really?
I'm just kidding.
Wow.
I'm just kidding.
No way. No way.
Hold on just a second. This is a good debate right here. This is a good debate because Dan, number one, has already won the game. Ian, on the second hand, is getting credit for taking Boogie out and will get credit for taking Frank out. At least.
Right.
But if he doesn't tell people on the way to the jury house, nobody's going to know about it. And you sure as shit better know that unless he has a friend going to the jury house, nobody's going to vouch for him in saying so.
Right.
Oh, they're going to know that
Right.
Ian. It was Ian's HOH that took Frank out.
Oh, Frank out. I thought you meant Mike for doing the Mike thing. I'm sorry.
No, Frank. So, I think that, if Ian makes it, which I don't think he will, I think that he might have a shot depending on how things go. What I think is going to happen is I think at the end of the game, Shane is going to dominate everyone.
Yeah.
And, because he's
I
the
think
one
Shane
that
will take
once,
it.
I do too.
Once Frank,
Yeah.
Shane's
once
gonna
Frank's
take
I
gone,
thought it was going to be Frank and Shane. I thought it was going to be Frank
That's
and
what
Shane.
I would hope for, Frank and Shane. Yeah.
It's going to be
I'm
Shane
thinking-
and Danielle. It's going to be Shane and Danielle. Watch.
Yeah. You're probably right, Sharon.
I'm telling you, just watch. He will drag her to the end. Dan's going to help Danielle get further. Let's just
I hope
see.
this will piss people off. It's Danielle and
in the
Jen.
final three.
No.
Hold on, goddammit.
No, Justin,
In the
no.
final, hold on. In the final,
There's no girls at the end here, okay? Unless it's Jen and
in
she's
the
got...
final three, I'll bet you it ends up Dan, Shane, and Danielle.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
And out of the three of them,
I wish
Dan
it was
is the
Frank.
best.
Dang it.
Dan is the best talker, and Dan will have a goddamn good shot at winning. Look at what Dan did to Memphis in the final speeches at the end of season 10. Dan destroyed Memphis. Memphis sounded like a complete idiot at the end of season 10 and did not even get one vote.
He didn't get one vote. You're right.
His speech was horrible. Dan ran right over him. I don't even know how Memphis is still a friend with him after that final speeches and all that other bullshit.
Just a slaughter, it sounds like. I lived it and I didn't think it was that
who
bad.
do you think the final three are, Dick? Who are the final three?
Shane,
Dick,
Danielle, and Dan.
Yeah, no, hands
Who's
down,
gonna,
I'm with Dick.
Unless Ian,
I'm with Dick.
unless Ian wins
Sharon's
another
still just trying to
HOH,
stay on Dick's good side here.
Ian's the only.
I don't
Ian's
need
the
to
only
have
one
six
that.
good sides, so don't even start that shit.
Ian's the only one that might have the balls to take Dan out. And right now, Ian thinks he's in good with Dan with the Quack Pack. So we'll have to see. I think that the double eviction next week is going to be an interesting show, and it's going to be see who goes second. That's going to be a big deal.
Yeah.
Anyhow, we're going to wrap this up.
The wrestling son.
I'm going to say thank you to Sharon, Natalie, Sheila, and Mr. Pectacular for joining me tonight on Dick at Night. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, and good night. See you next time.
You're welcome.
Thank you, everyone. Bye. See ya.